Welcome to this audiobook. A book that is not meant to be merely heard, but to awaken your thoughts, deepen your perspective, and perhaps even slightly change the direction of your thinking. In a world where speed has replaced depth and sounds surround us from every direction, mindful listening is a choice to pause and to reflect, and to build a better version of ourselves. This audiobook is the result of ideas, experiences, and lessons that can inspire not to tell you what to do, but to help you see more clearly and make better decisions for yourself. Here is much deeper and clearer information about the 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma, explained step by step and with real meaning. What is the 5 a.m. Club really about? This book is not just about waking up early. It is about taking control of your life before life controls you. Most people wake up late, rush their day, react to problems, feel tired and stressed. The 5 a.m. Club teaches you to start the day calm, build yourself first, win mentally before the world wakes up. The science behind waking up at 5 a.m. Robin Sharma explains that early morning. Brain is in alpha state, best for learning. Willpower is strongest, distractions are zero, creativity is high. That's why successful people protect their mornings. The 20-20-20 formula, deep explanation. First 20 minutes, move. Purpose, kill stress, wake up brain. What happens? Sweat releases cortisol, stress hormone. Blood flows to brain, energy increases naturally. Examples: push-ups, running, jump rope, stretching. Even 10-15 minutes helps if you are a beginner. Second 20 minutes, reflect. Purpose, control your mind. Activities: deep breathing, gratitude, 3 things, writing goals, visualizing success. This builds emotional control, self-awareness, inner peace. Successful people master their mind first. Engraved finely in the apparently precious metal were 5 statements. Here's what the tablets looked like. Rule number 1. An addiction to distraction is the end of your creative production. Empire makers and history creators take 1 hour for themselves before dawn in the serenity that lies beyond the clutches of complexity to prepare themselves for a world-class day. Rule number 2. Excuses breed no genius. Just because you haven't installed the early rising habit before doesn't mean you can't do it now. Release your rationalizations and remember that small daily improvements, when done consistently over time, lead to stunning results. Rule number 3. All change is hard at first, messy in the middle, and gorgeous at the end. Everything you now find easy you first found difficult. With consistent practice, getting up with the sun will become your new normal and automatic. Rule number 4. To have the results the top 5% of producers have, you must start doing what 95% of people are unwilling to do. As you start to live like this, the majority will call you crazy. Remember that being labeled a freak is the price of greatness. Rule number 5. When you feel like surrendering, continue. Triumph loves the relentless. The vehicle slowed to a crawl as it passed an orderly row of faded white beach houses. A compact pickup truck was parked in the dusty driveway of one house. Dive gear was strewn across the front yard of another. In front of the last house, a gaggle of kids played in a yard, laughing hysterically as they enjoyed their game. The ocean appeared, both greenish and bluish with foam-topped waves, making shashing sounds before colliding with the sandy shore. The air now smelled a marine life smell, yet sweet like nectar with unexpected cinnamon hints blended into it. On a wide planked dock, a thin line of a man, with a Santa Claus beard and rolled-up khakis, fished barefoot for his family's dinner. A motorcycle helmet was perched on his old head. The sun was beginning to set, a glamorous sphere of blinding radiance that cast liquid yellow streaks and reflections on the welcoming water that lay before it. Birds still chirped, butterflies still flew. Quite magical, all of this. Rather than fight a small war with me every day, for whatever reason, he just let me do what I wanted it to do. So I'd sleep, late. Cool, father? Spoke the entrepreneur, who was dressed in yoga gear this morning and carried her device with her to take careful notes. "He was," affirmed the billionaire, warmly putting his arms around his students as they continued to walk slowly along the pristine beach. Mr. Riley continued, "It was actually the spellbinder who taught me the 5 a.m. method. I was a young man when I first met him. I just launched my first company. I needed someone to guide me, challenge me, and develop me. As an entrepreneur, a peak achiever, and as a leader. Everyone said he was the best executive coach in the world, by far. He had a 3-year waiting list. So, I called him every day until he agreed to become my mentor. He was pretty, young back then too. But his teachings had a depth of wisdom, a purity of power, and an ingenious impact that was remarkably advanced for his age. And the early rising discipline helped," the artist broke in. The billionaire smiled at the artist and stopped walking. "It was the one practice that changed and elevated every other practice. Researchers now call this kind of a core behavior that multiplies all your other regular patterns of performing a keystone habit. Wiring it in as a profound neural pathway took some effort, a little suffering along the way, and the strongest commitment I had in me. I'll be honest with you, there were days during the process of automating this routine that I was cranky, days when my head pounded like a jackhammer, and mornings when I just wanted to keep sleeping. But once I locked and loaded getting up at 5 a.m. regularly, my days grew consistently and vastly better than anything I've ever experienced." "How?" both listeners wondered aloud, in unison. The entrepreneur touched one of her fingers on the artist's arm, affectionately, as if to suggest they were together in this experience, that they were now a team, and that she had his best interests at heart. The artist locked his eyes onto hers. "Purpose: improve yourself every day. Examples: read 10 pages, learn English, watch educational videos, learn a skill. Small daily learning, big future results." The 4 interior empires, very important. Success is built from inside, not outside. 1 mindset, positive thinking, focus, confidence. 2 health, sleep, exercise, nutrition. 3 heart, emotional intelligence, gratitude, relationships. 4 soul, purpose, meaning, values. If these are strong, life becomes strong. The habit installation protocol. To build the 5 a.m. habit, you pass 3 phases. 1, destruction phase. Days 1, 22, hard, tired. You want to quit. This is normal. 2, installation phase. Days 23, 44. Body adapts. Routine feels easier. 3, integration phase. Days 45, 66. Habit becomes automatic. You feel strange waking up late. Consistency is the key. Sleep is not ignored. Robin Sharma says, "Sleep early. No phone at night. Protect 7-8 hours sleep. Waking up early without sleep is useless." How this helps you. 17 years old. This habit can improve focus in school, increase discipline, build confidence early, make you mentally strong, separate you from lazy peers. Even starting at 5:30 or 6 a.m. is perfect. Simple beginner plan. Week 1, wake up 6 a.m., 10 minutes move, 10 minutes reflect, 10 minutes learn. Week 2, wake up 5:30 a.m. Week 3, wake up 5 a.m. Powerful quote. Success is not about luck. It is about daily discipline. Now that we have reached the end of this audiobook, you may not have found answers to all your questions, and that is completely natural. The purpose of this work was not to provide definitive answers, but to plant the seeds of curiosity, awareness, and reflection in your mind. So thank you for watching, and good luck, my friends.